Life has trained us to shrink, to play small, to be less than, to not be too much so that we don't make others feel uncomfortable. But we're not here to disappear. We're here to make the difference that only you can make in this world. Hi, my name's Steve Kidd. I am a third generation minister, international best-selling author of 39 books and counting. I've had the amazing privilege of helping nearly 5,000 people write, publish, market their books to bestseller, have my phone ring off the hook, um, and so many other things. I've been so blessed to be allowed to be in a place where I can help you find the true clarity and the power that is your voice in this world, to do the thing, to be the thing, to make the impact that only you can make. There's only one you. There only ever will be. Nobody else can replace you. And as harsh as this might seem, nobody else wants to. But you need to show up. You need to be you because the world needs you. We absolutely, positively need you to show up and to do and be the person that you're meant to be. Think about that for a second. I want to go back to where I originally started out. And yes, I am inviting a few people here, like I always do. But then I really want to hone in on this whole concept of shrinking and being quiet and not using our voice and not sharing the stuff with the world that we're meant to share. You see, I don't know about you, but I know in my own life, I bought into and was sold the lie, and hear me on this, it's a lie, that in order to be respectful, in order to be appropriately humble, in order to be in decency and in order and to be under the authority of those that, are in charge of us or those kind of things, that it means we have to be less than. We have to shrink ourselves. We have to diminish ourselves. We have to live in a way that is less than our very best. Because if not, we're being disrespectful. We're overshadowing somebody else who is in authority over us. Maybe it's at the job. Maybe it's in church. Maybe it's in, just in the world in general. I'm here today to debunk that and to totally call out that shiz for what it is, because it's absolute crap and it's got to stop. For me and for you too. We need to show up at the number one, highest, absolute, top of the line, complete mark of who we are and what we can be in this world. 100%, totally. Not even one billionth of a percent less than 100% of you. Where you are right now, you're going to grow, you're going to learn more, you're going to do more, you're going to get that clarity. I'm going to come into your life and I'm going to work with you, and we're going to help you create that powerful clarity. You're going to write your book. It's going to be a bestseller. Okay, we have 100% success making your book a bestseller. If you don't have a book, we need to do that right now. If your book isn't a bestseller, we need to do that right now. Those aren't, maybes or probablys. Those are absolutes. Because we've all been playing too small. We have this giant of a God, a giant of a mission, giant of a message. And we're giving out about this much of it. And really, it's more like, can you see the space between my fingers? I'm sure, somewhere on a nuclear micro level, there is space in there, because if not, they would morph and become one. But that's the place that we're playing in. And it's got to stop. We need the 100%. You, absolutely. Full tilt, full out. That doesn't mean that you're not going to have days where, like yesterday, I even admitted on the call, my energy was low. After the call, I did lay down and go back and take another nap. And I spent most of the day yesterday just falling back to sleep, whether I was out in the living room in front of the TV, whether I was laying in my bed. When I was on my live, it was just an inch above me being asleep in all those kind of situations. And that's okay because, we do things. Like in my particular occasion, I was up until 4:30 in the morning, driving, getting back home. And then I got like 3 hours of sleep and then got up. And what I needed was more sleep. And that's okay. That doesn't make you less than your best. Now, if we're laying up in the bed, I have to be careful of this because a certain person popped into my mind while I was saying this. And I don't want them to feel like I'm talking to them because I'm not. If we're laying up in the bed being less than on purpose, we know we could do more and should do more, but we're just not. Well, I'm calling you out on that. Okay? Be the best you that you can be today. Now, conversely, if you need physical healing, if you need mental healing, if you need rest, that is you being your best. Okay? So it's not about being the A-type personality, drive until you die of a coronary kind of a situation. That's not how it's supposed to be. That's not the plan. But the other side of that is true too. And that's that you need to speak. You need to give out 100% of who you are, all of your words, all of your message, all the clarity that you have at this point. We're not doing anybody any service by minimizing ourselves, especially when we do that to keep the peace. All too often. And I'll talk about my own life, but I'm sure you feel this in yours too. It's like we have to, and sometimes do, start off every conversation with an apology. I'm sorry. I hate to say this, but, don't get upset at me. However, we start off taking away the power and the impact and the authority that we have by starting off with diminishing and apologizing for it and being sorry. And even if we don't say the exact words, our whole demeanor, our presence, our presentation is based out of that apology space. Some of you know I was on the train. And when we were in Chicago, it's interesting, and I don't know whether they were Mennonites or Amish. I'm assuming because they were taking a train that they were Mennonites, okay? But I don't know, all right? It was interesting because on both of the trains, both the one coming out of, out of Virginia to Chicago, and then also the one in Chicago, there was a large contingent of, people that were Amish Mennonite looking, okay? I don't know. I didn't ask them. They wouldn't have talked to me anyway. In fact, it was interesting. And the reason why I brought it up was because as we walked by them, all of them dropped their heads. Now I don't know how much of that is to not let all of our ick of the world get on them, and how much of that is some type of a false humility kind of stuff. But it gets ingrained into us. And yes, often in a religion, church, religious structure, that gets hammered into us more. And we always feel like we need to be a little bit less than. We need to not be the thing that we are, rather than just showing up as the 100% full of you. Crazy, insane, saying kooky things, having your Facebook Live sometimes be more like they should be drinking games, with all the faux pas you make, versus being some deeply intellectual, it's just 100% you. The whole, total, absolute, complete, without apology, and no shrinking you. That's what the world needs. That's what you need. Your ears. We talked all week. I kept going back to your mouth speaking to your ears so that your brain gets it until it comes down into your heart and your gut and you really, truly get it and feel it. We need that. We absolutely need it. Absolutely. There's a word for you. Okay? I probably won't use that one too many more times, so it might not be the drinking game for the day, but I bring that concept up so much. I wonder how many people that don't know me think just what a lush I must be. Truth of the matter is that I don't drink by choice, not because I really could carry the way, but it's a funny joke for me, okay? You see, and what I'm doing every single one of these days, whether I'm in the train station in Chicago or I'm in my room, at an event in Virginia, or I'm here in my room in my house in central middle of the nowhere, Kansas, I'm coming to you to be visible and valuable and to give you 100% of who I am. Some days, like yesterday, the energy level is lower. Some days the energy level is so high and I go for like 30, 40, 50 minutes. And it's like, Steve, will you just shut up? And I've never had anybody say that to me, but there's got to be people. People jump on, they listen for a minute, they jump back off. Mostly, I think it's because people just don't have the time. And that's why we then take and roll out a bunch of shorts, little clips, 30-second, 60-second, 10-second, 5-second, here and there kind of things, so that you can get a boom and move on. And those are the ones that go viral. Very few people are getting viral videos happening out of hour-long conversations. Nobody's got that kind of time. We've built an entire society that doesn't have that kind of attention span. Book-wise, Amazon's telling us now that, if your book is 100 written print pages or less, 60%-ish of the people that will get it will finish the book. If it goes above 100, 101 to 200, that drops to 20%. And if your book goes over 200 pages, keep in mind, the publishing company, if you come into a publisher, they're going to tell you still that a real book is 350 pages. Well, statistically, if your book's over 200 pages, okay, so that's nearly half that size. It's less than 3% of people that ever finish books of 200 pages or more. That's out of all the people in the world reading books. Think about all the books that are on your shelf that you've gotten really great things out of it, but you didn't finish it. Or you read it and then came back to it, and read it and then came back to it. It's just the way it is. And I'm not saying, in fact, I encourage you, do the longs like what I do, and then break those up into little bam, 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 and pull people in. Not so that you get hundreds of thousands of people listening to you drone on for an hour, but so that you got all this content so you can put together a content team and you can really put it out there. It's powerful. But only if you're showing up as 100% of you. If you're, and I use laid back in this case in not a good way. A lot of times I come back and I talk like this. But if you're all like, today we want to talk about that thing that I'm just so inspired about. I wish I had 1,000 people on so that I could have seen like 999 of them leave. We can't do that. People need to feel the best us. Now, if you, on the other hand, are worn and weak and weary, you may need to lay back. I have got these 2 flies buzzing through here. They're just like dive bombing, the whole area. Show up as 100% of you. The world needs all of you, not a quieter, calmer, less than 2%, 10%, 50%, 99% you. We need 100% all of absolutely every jot and tittle, every little bit of you. We need it. Somebody's waiting on it. Your ears need to hear your mouth say it. And you may have the most powerful, life-altering thing that you ever hear in your whole life come out of your own mouth in the middle of you ranting about something. And that's a great place to start. Just start with something that you're passionate about. And I don't care what it is. It could be a football game. You could be still frustrated, like my brother is, about how horrible the Kansas City Chiefs have done in their first 2 games this year. And I could go out right now and poke him and get him started and probably set him off for 5 minutes to an hour. There are just subjects like that. And so, But what you're going to find is in the middle of that, if you're putting out 100% of you, something brilliant's going to come out of in the middle of it. You're going to have this great idea, this great thought, this great concept, this, and you're going to impact you. And that's powerful too. You're going to say something in a way that nobody else has ever thought of before. And they're going to be like, And it's going to make a difference for them. That difference that only you can make in this world. There's only one you. There only ever has been, and there only ever will be. But this message that we've been fed, that we've, if you're like me, have bought into, that we need to shrink, diminish, be quieter, not say the thing, not do the thing. We're too much of this. We're too much of that. We're too wacky. We're too weird. We're too not funny. Even though we crack ourselves up. There's somebody out there that even though everybody else tells you your humor is dorky, they're busting a gut when you do those things. It's all good. Be you. Show up. You were never meant to apologize for your existence. And please don't. And if you've been doing, stop it. I love that little short clip. You should look up Bob Newhart. Stop it. If you've never seen that one, it's absolutely hilarious. Great therapeutic tool. And that's my advice to you today. If you're shrinking, if you're lessening yourself, if you're negging yourself, as I've heard said before, you need to not do that. If you need an encouraging, positive place that you can come, where you can be encouraged when you feel like you're less than, a place where you can come and be 100% of you, come join us, visibilityamplifier.com. You notice on a lot of these lives, I don't really do a lot of call to actions. I've got, a couple people, and I'm working on some AI type of things that will take all of this that I'm doing and will explode it out to you guys in a way that will have calls to actions and all those kind of things. And I'm going to leave it to people like that, because my purpose, my not shrinking, is to show up every day for you and tell you straight up, you're amazing, you're incredible, you're powerful. The world needs you. Show up. Do it right now. Do it today. As 100% all of you. Will you do that for me? I'd appreciate it. You're amazing. You're incredible. Somebody is waiting on you. And that somebody may be, look in the mirror, look in the camera, whatever. Maybe you. Your ears may be the ears that are waiting to hear what your mouth is saying, and that's good. Do it. Say it today. Say all of it without apology. No need to shrink, no need to back down. Be 100%, completely, totally, all of the you that is you. And thanks for doing it. I appreciate you. Until we're together again next time, which, by the way, for those of you who don't know, is tomorrow, where we're going to be talking about the cost of staying silent. Ooh, what's it going to cost us if we stay silent or if we talk less than? We're going to talk about that tomorrow. And until we're together again next time, I really, really hope you have a great week.